pull you out of lane.
Hey you guys, what's up? It is Mossy from Pro Gamer Academy taking another look at the LCS. We're going into week 5 here, and last week, kind of a banger week. A couple unexpected results here and there, but let's just get right into it. So if we want to take a look at the standings, we can kind of start from there. Currently in first place is Cloud9 at 10-2. Tied for second are TSM and 100 Thieves, both at 8-4, 8 wins, 4 losses. Going down to fourth place, there's a three-way tie between EG, Dignitas, and Team Liquid. They're all at 7-5. Hopping right down to 7, we have Immortals at 5 wins, 7 losses. Right below them is FlyQuest at 4-8. And then tied for 9th place currently are CLG and Golden Guardians, both with 2 wins and 10 losses to their names. So where to even begin with last week, or really with going forward? I think one of the most important games to note actually happened on the last day of last weekend. FlyQuest was actually able to steal a win away from TSM, otherwise TSM would definitely be in second place, not tied with 100 Thieves, but the implications of that are a little more important. I think that the fact that TSM is dropping games to FlyQuest shows that they don't completely have everything down. Obviously, TSM isn't really at the top of the standings. They're still a team that can lose, but they're a team that you expect to do a little bit better in that situation. Obviously, they lost to Dignitas the week before as well. So while they do look very good in most games, there's still some levels of play that they need to kind of shore up before they're really ready to take over the rest of the league and start to battle C9 for that top spot. Moving over to Dignitas, a team I have loved to talk about, loved to cover. Dignitas had a very rough week. They had 2 games that you could definitely call throws, and one of them was to CLG, giving CLG their second win of the season. Obviously, CLG is a team that has been extremely inconsistent. They're, bottom of the league along with Golden Guardians, and for Dignitas to be giving up wins like that is kind of scary. They're a young team. Obviously, they should be able to learn from this, but for them to throw away basically 2 games this week alone, it ends up with a 1-2 week instead of what probably should have been a 3-0 week for them. So Dignitas, in terms of them being in the conversation for maybe top 3 teams in the league, I think that they're out of it right now. They really, really need to shore up some of those mistakes, especially huge game throwing mistakes. Now, if we look at EG, it's kind of a similar thing. EG obviously also at 7-5. EG is just struggling so much with consistency, and I hate to talk about Jizuke again, but it does feel like Jizuke. Jizuke feels like the make it or break it player for this team, along with maybe Ignar. Ignar has had a couple of rough games, but Jizuke is so important for that team to be carried. And if Jizuke has a bad game, if he dives under tower and gives up kills, then it puts EG in this horrible position where this player that they're putting so much into and they're relying on a lot. Honestly, EG just looks so shaky right now. That being said, they have the potential. We know what their players can do. So this week, I think week 5 is going to be extremely, extremely important for them. If we go ahead and look at the schedule, we can see that on Friday, so tomorrow, as of now I'm recording this video, Evil Geniuses are going to play 100 Thieves, so that's already a tough matchup. Their next matchup is going to be Immortals, middle of the pack, middle lower, so it should be an easier one for them. And then they play Dignitas. Now, I think the banger game to look at will be EG Dignitas, because 2 of these teams are inconsistent, but they're in the middle, and they need these wins at this point for confidence. Moving onwards, Team Liquid, 7-5. Every single week it feels like the same thing. They're a team that has so many strong superstar players, and they're not bringing it together right now. I mean, they're 7-5. It's really not where you would expect them to be. Again, a team just like EG, just like Dignitas, has players. Well, Dignitas not so much. Team Liquid invested so much money. They should be seeing success right now. But we'll see. This is the point now where if they're going to break away from the pack and turn around their season, it has to be now. So we'll see how things work out for Team Liquid. This is their make it or break it week, in my opinion. Moving on to Immortals. Immortals feels like they're kind of coming back. They were in a much worse spot over the last couple of weeks, but it seems like things have taken a turn for the better. It feels like they have some hope, given they had such a rough entry into the split. So those are really the teams that I'm keeping my eye out for. You know, week 5, we'll see what happens. All their notable teams, you know, FlyQuest, they had a big win last week, but we'll see what ends up happening. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just make sure you guys check out the LCS next week. It's gonna be a banger. We'll catch you on the next one.
Licorice ends up taking him down, and FlyQuest will upset TSM.